This feels like therapy, guys. Where am I? My house is completely dark. Except for this one influencer light right here. Oh man.
Awkwafina, you are about to take Vanity Fair's Proust Questionnaire. You'll be asked 35 questions in rapid succession in order to reveal your true nature. Once a question has been read out, you have 5 seconds to answer before we move on.
Okay.
Upon completion of all 35 questions, you'll have a chance to reflect on and even correct your answers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, that's good. That's nice, yeah. I'm like really nervous. I feel like this is like that lie detector test, but it's not, right?
It's not, but that is my voice, which is why maybe you're...
That's your voice. Is that why? That's why. That's exactly what it is, dude. Oh man, that's exactly. Because I watched Sarah Paulson's a lot. Anyway, okay, so I'm sorry, but we can. But great voice.
What is your idea of perfect happiness?
Peace.
What is your greatest fear?
Longing.
What is the trait you most deplore in yourself?
Self-doubt.
What is the trait you most deplore in others?
Selfishness.
Which living person do you most admire?
Man. Oh my God. Oh, Alf?
What is your greatest extravagance?
It was what I later found was a counterfeit purse that I got on the real, which is ironic because it wasn't.
What is your current state of mind?
Chaos.
What do you consider to be the most overrated virtue?
Being quiet when you just don't know what to say, but people think it's like valiant, but you just don't know what to say. I don't know what virtue that's called.
On what occasion do you lie?
To not hurt other people.
What do you most dislike about your appearance?
Oh my God, I don't want to say what comes to mind. Udon noodle.
Which living person do you most despise?
King Joffrey.
What is the quality you most like in a man?
Like if you lost your keys and you are like, where are my keys? And you don't know where they are, but then you stop looking, but they keep looking. You realize they keep looking for it.
What is the quality you most like in a woman?
I most like caring patience.
Which words or phrases do you most overuse?
Oh my God, why did I just do that?
Who or what is the greatest love of your life?
Like romantically, I loved Tom Selleck.
When and where were you happiest?
In my apartment in Brooklyn when I was waiting for all this to happen.
Which talent would you most like to have?
I want to be able to have spatial reasoning, like if you told me like camera right and I didn't, and I don't know what that is. I want to be able to do math, like connect lines, like connects, like playing connects and building structures. I want to, yeah.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
More confident, but like in like real, like not confidence that you show other people, but that you actually really have inside.
What do you consider your greatest achievement?
Oh man, quitting things.
If you were to die and come back as a person or a thing, what would it be?
I would want to be a turtle because they can be 500 years old. And not that I want to live forever, but they're fine.
Where would you most like to live?
Near my grandma.
What is your most treasured possession?
Paintings that my mom drew.
What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery?
Absolute hopelessness and stagnance.
What is your favorite occupation?
I think astronauts are awesome.
What is your most marked characteristic?
Like willing to make a fool out of myself. And without, like where other people are like, why would you like that? I forget what that's called.
What do you most value in your friends?
Loyalty, patience.
Who are your favorite writers?
ANAIS Nin, Charles BUKOWSKI, and Murakami.
Who is your hero of fiction?
The guy from Youth in Revolt. I forgot what his name is. It was like a really memorable name though.
Which historical figure do you most identify with?
Oh wow, jeez. Alf. I don't know why I keep saying Alf. I don't know why that keeps coming up. The squirrel from Ice Age. That's not historical. The squirrel from Ice Age is not historical. But actually, think about it, because that was a long time ago.
Who are your heroes in real life?
My heroes in real life. Margaret Cho, Lucy Liu, I love. There are more. That's what comes to mind.
What are your favorite names?
Why do I want to say Melvin? It's not. It's not Melvin. It's not. I don't hate the name Melvin. it's not my favorite name. I don't know why I'm thinking about I'm like, another word that's coming into my mind is Spot. Why? What's a name for a human? Usually for dogs. I'm so sorry for your name, Spot.
What is it that you most dislike?
Apathy, lack of empathy.
What is your greatest regret?
Probably trying harder in school.
How would you like to die?
Very fast, quickly.
What is your motto?
Life is a series of ups and downs. And it's not gonna last. Whatever this is not gonna last. Like, however you feel right now. And, you know.
And that completes the Proust
Why did
questionnaire.
I feel like that was a lie detector test? That was intense, dude.
What do you actually regret about not
trying harder in school? I think I really always kind of felt like I wasn't smart, pretty much. Like I felt like I saw everyone around me like kind of killing it, you know? And I didn't understand why I didn't have that motivation or really the discipline.
And yet you consider your greatest achievement to be
Quitting things. Yeah. You know, I like smoked cigarettes like through like high school and college and quit that, and like, yeah, that was awesome. I felt that was a really great achievement for me.
Congrats.
Thank
That's
you.
a huge achievement.
I've never actually said that ever, but I mean, people probably assume that all the time, but it's fine. This feels like therapy, guys.
When we asked which living person do you most admire, you responded,
Oh, Alf? Yeah.
why do you admire Alf?
I admire Alf, and I haven't seen the show. I remember when I was a little kid, and I also admire Howard the Duck for the same reason. It's because they're literally so weird, like they're aliens, and yet, you know, they're still able to be loved. Yeah.
Is that the same reason then that you said that your historical figure you most identify with is
Alf? I don't know why I keep saying Alf. Because you know, whenever people say the words historical figure to me, it's just in my head I think of George Washington. That's the only thing. It's just, I can't think of anything else. And then from George Washington, then I'll go to different eras, and then historical figures there. It's like, I don't want to talk about them. You know what I mean? There were some horrible ones. You know, and then Mother Teresa, lovely, right? But it always goes to George Washington, and I don't know enough about him, to be honest.
Why is your current state of mind?
Chaos. Well, I had just found out that you are the guy that does the lie detector test ones, and those make me so nervous. So, and then there's like a calmness that you have, but then also, you know, it's like a nice vibe. It's a good vibe. So, and so I was a little nervous. And then also, I feel like my mind, it's always like really hardcore techno blasting and like all these different channels, you know, and you're driving really fast.
Can you tell me more about this counterfeit purse that you bought?
That I got on the real. Yeah, I got like when I first, like, I think my first check, I still couldn't afford like the real purse. You know what I mean? So I was told by a friend of like these sites where you can get like secondhand ones. And I was on there, I was like, man, these are some really cool secondhand. These are so secondhand that they spelled Givenchy wrong. And I, you know, they're all different kinds of colors, but they were still like about like $1,500, you know? And then I got one, and I thought it was really cool. And then my friend was like, dude, that's like obviously fake. It's like obviously not real. And then I tried to get in contact, to tell them that, and it was like they disappeared. So it was that was a regret. Yeah.
Were there any questions in here where you were surprised by your own answer?
Yeah, like every single one of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Any that stand out for you?
Oh man, that the death very fast. Questions mixed with the what do you despise in humans or things like, yeah, King Joffrey. Yeah.
Do you really think your most marked characteristic is that you're willing to make a fool out of yourself?
I forget what that's called. I was always that friend that in high school that like when my friends had like weed on them or something and got caught with it, they'd like blame it on me. They'd be like, oh, don't worry, I'm holding it for Nora, And so I always kind of felt like I was the one that, I was always like, I was crazy. I would dunk ice cream cones in my face. Like I literally did that all the time just to make people laugh.
The thing you dislike the most is
apathy, lack of empathy.
Why is that?
I think it's really easy not to care. And I think it's really easy not to understand the circumstances or the specific experiences of other people and to be dismissive of them. And I'm not saying that like as a because I'm defensive about it. I don't like when people do that to other people.
When I asked when and where were you happiest, you said
in my apartment in Brooklyn, when I was waiting for all this to happen.
What were you waiting to happen?
I was working at a vegan bodega and I was making music, and I had a group of friends where we would all talk, we'd all have those like, those TED Talks that you have with your friends when at night where you're like, this is going to be our year, man. We're going to do it. And there was such an excitement of like, what's to come and such a freedom of that. When I was in Brooklyn, I was, when I was in my apartment, it was a railroad apartment. I had dropped my AC out the window 3 times consecutively. Like it was one of those situations, and it was such like a shitty little apartment, but like some of my best days, my best nights were spent there. And I don't think you don't ever want to be in a place where you feel like your best days are behind you, But I will say that waiting for something big to happen is really fun. It's nice.
Do you feel like these questions revealed something about your true nature?
Yeah. I mean, not stuff that I'm surprised by. I mean, I think, but it's weird because it's like when you do voice them out loud, they attain their own sense of reality that is jarring, but enlightening. Whenever you look at yourself in any kind of introspective way, or you go on those journeys, it's never like, that was tight. You know what I mean? Like, you're never like, that was so tight. It's always like this very like, it's like the morning after, you have mascara everywhere. You're wearing one shoe and it's not even yours. And you're like, that's what it is. That kind of piece, So it's never easy, but it's good.
Do you know who Marcel Proust is?
I think I did at some point in my life. Was he like kind of a question asker, or like maybe he was the king of surveys, right? Is that what he was? He was a king of Kinsey. Was he related to Kinsey? Is he diagnosed all the serial killers and made the Rorschach tests? Yeah, I know Marcel Proust.